How's it going, everybody? I just want to take this time to tell you a little story. This is my worst hangover story. Alright, I was about, I want to say, 17 at the time. And my friends wanted to get some alcohol, so yeah, I chipped in a little bit. I don't know, I put 10, 20 in for some alcohol. And they got some like 80% proof. And me, I'm a skinny motherfucker. So like one shot of that would probably get me drunk. But that night I ended up having like 3 or 4 shots. And yeah, it just went downhill. Like I felt alright. I started chain smoking cigarettes like I usually do when I'm drunk. And I get sometimes I get really personal, or I start getting into like a big long little speech or something. And yeah, a lot of emotions were flying that day. And I think it was all the emotions trying to come out that I buried for so long. They just overwhelmed me when I let it all out. So I got incredibly sick. I was just out for the rest of the night. I was laying there just in fucking pain. They're trying to get me to eat bread and drink water, because if you eat bread it soaks up the alcohol and it's supposed to make you feel better. And I couldn't eat any bread. Any bread I ate would come back up, and then any water that I drank would also come back up. So for that night I would wake up probably 15, 30 minutes. Every 15 or 30 minutes, I would get up if I got lucky enough to sleep for that 15 or 30-minute break. And then I would get up and I'd go vomit. And I'd maybe go back to sleep if I was lucky. If not, I'd just lay there and just aching in pain. And my friends wanted me to smoke a bowl. They say, "Oh yeah, just smoke a bowl. You'll probably feel better after that." I couldn't even fucking stand up. The only time I could stand up was when I was forced to stand up to go fucking puke or vomit or piss. Anyways, so I was I was off and on sleeping all that night, and during one of my little wake up sessions, the friend I was drinking with was watching some old on young porn, and he had like a little vibrator, and he was pleasing himself a little bit right when I was laying next to him in the worst state I could have ever been in. I have to wake up to that shit, right? So so that was a little awkward for me. So he put his shit away, and I was able to go back to sleep for a bit, and then I kept puking. And then I was when I woke up, I was shivering, I was shaking, I was pure white. I barely had enough energy to stand. When I did stand, I got dizzy. And I had to drive home, and that's like a good fucking 45-minute drive from where I was at. So I was just trying to stay conscious and not swerve too much and just make it home so I could try to get an actual couple hours of sleep and maybe something to eat, because I couldn't eat. And after that, once I got home, I found out I couldn't sleep and I couldn't eat. So I was up for 45 hours, and then I was able to go to sleep. And I had to literally starve myself for about 72 hours because I couldn't eat. And when I did try to eat, I tried to have these like corn chips, right? And don't ever eat corn chips when you're getting sober. I don't know what it did, but it completely dried my throat out. And I was just hacking up hardcore. I was surprised I wasn't coughing up blood because it was just so fucking terrible. And yeah, that was the first thing I tried to eat, and then I couldn't eat anything for another couple days after that because my throat got all sore, so and swollen and red and shit. I couldn't eat nothing. So in still my worst state, I try to feel better. I try to crank off one myself, to kind of like forget about the misery for those 2 seconds of splooge, so I'm all cranking it, right? I'm just cranking it out, and then I'm this close, man. I was this close. All of a sudden, my dad just goes, "Oh yeah, I was all the way downstairs, man, and I could hear that shit, and I was this close to coming. So I just had to put my dick away and fucking count my damn losses. I mean, that was probably... I know I was about to die from all that, and I haven't drinking since. And I don't really intend to, unless I'm, drinking be social. But it's just bad news. I mean, I've had some other stories where I got drunk and, I got in bed with the wrong chick and then she had a boyfriend, blah, 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 You know how that shit goes down. And just shit happens, but you gotta, count your blessings as well as your curses. And the world may piss on you a lot more than it seems like other people get pissed on. But I say, hey, just clean yourself off, and you come back stronger than everyone else. So you just gotta keep it locked, Keep it locked and cocked, ready to fire at any moment, but not at the wrong time, you dig? So, I don't know what I'm trying to do telling you all this. I'm just rambling on and off, but I just thought it'd be a little different, get a little story about me and a little background information. So, let me know how you like this, and I might remember a different story off the top of my head. Maybe I'll tell you about the wrong girl that had the boyfriend next time, but not this time. That wasn't my worst hangover. That was actually an alright hangover. That's an interesting story too. I should tell you that one, but time has already gone by, man. It's 9 minutes and 33 seconds. So I'm gonna let you guys go off with that, and let me know what you think about my little story and what it told you. I'd like to hear that. So I will look at it. Any of your comments, maybe not all of them, but most of them. Thank you for your time. This has been Looney. Story time. Peace out.